Picking up some breaking developments in the Bihar political drama that has been taking place since yesterday, Chirag Paswan has tweeted a 29th March letter he wrote to his uncle Pashupati Paras, appealing to him to not disintegrate the party built by his father Ram Vilas Paswan. An emotional letter that he wrote to Pashupati Paras, his uncle, also brother of late Ram Vilas Paswan, wherein Chirag Paswan has gone ahead and put this letter out on social media, wherein he is very clearly trying to indicate one thing, that he, along with his father, did not want to be a part of Nitish's party. They did not want to contest in the Bihar Assembly elections along with Nitish Kumar, and that was not just his decision but also Ram Vilas Paswan's decision. And in this letter, which is dated 29th March, according to Chirag Paswan, he also goes on to convince Pashupati Paras, in a sense, to not go ahead with any kind of an alliance with the NDA, because that is what his late father also wanted. We have Prakash, our senior editor, joining us with more details. Prakash, this in a sense comes across as an emotional letter that he wrote to his uncle when he saw signs of a rift in the party. He could already sense it, because this letter, apparently dated 29th of March, is in a way trying to convince Pashupati Paras to not disintegrate, to make sure that the party stays intact, because that's what Ram Vilas Paswan also wanted.
Yes, now, apart from emotions, nothing is left for Chirag Paswan, because he has to play the emotional card and the role of his father and how much his father was fond of Chirag. And ultimately, it is a family-dominated party and representing a certain sections of the society, the Paswans in Bihar, which is around 5%. And that's what Chirag Paswan is eyeing for, to carry forward the legacy of his father and the automatic heir apparent to his father. So he wants to send a message across to the masses and the support base of Ram Vilas Paswan that, look, Pashupati Paras is trying to disintegrate, dismantle the party formed in a very hard way by his father, and he has almost brought it to a level where the party is about to disintegrate, lose its support base. So he's playing the emotional card. One emotional card was played yesterday by him when he went at the doorstep of Pashupati Paras, waited there for half an hour. And today in television's world, it is for the world to see that how helpless Chirag Paswan was. And that's what the message he wanted to send, that a message of being a victim, a message of being betrayed by his uncle as well as his cousin brother whom he trusted the most. And that's the message he wants to send. And through this letter, because Pashupati Paras has gone a bit too far ahead, because he's been made the leader of the Lok Janshakti party in Lok Sabha and notified by the Lok Sabha Secretariat. And on the other hand as well, he's called for the meeting of the National Executive, in which there are plans to oust Chirag Paswan as the president of the party if the majority of the National Executive is in favor of Pashupati Paras. So it is going to be a political showdown in the Paswan family, and we'll have to wait and watch who wins the race as far as grabbing the post of the president of the party is concerned. And ultimately will go to the election commission if at all anyone has the majority of the National Executive Council. Back to you.
Prakash, now, none of this seems to have convinced Pashupati Paras so far. Already he has taken over as the new leader of Parliament Party in Lok Sabha, and now all of those MPs going ahead to Patna, in a sense also now trying to remove him from the party leadership. So none of this so far has worked out. Let's see how this plays out in the future. Prakash.
Well, it is not going to work out, because I think behind the scene, both the BJP as well as the JDU is also supporting Pashupati Paras, because the way Chirag Paswan handled the alliance in the run-up to the assembly elections last year was not liked by the BJP top brass as well as the JDU top brass. It was there in the open that Chirag Paswan was playing a victim card, that at the behest of Nitish Kumar, he was getting a lesser number of seats. And he had also gone and met Union Home Minister Amit Shah then also. but he was rebuffed, and based on the mass support and the voter segment, he was offered 15 to 20 seats, which was not liked by Chirag Paswan. But ultimate loser is Chirag Paswan in this race because he could not, he will not be accommodated in the Union Council of Ministers, a seat vacated by his father Ramvilas Paswan. So it all boils down to how well Chirag Paswan conducts himself in the near future, whether he's able to galvanize the party.
Yes, and big breaking news, Prakash, Chirag Paswan has now been removed from the post of national president. He's been removed from LJP president's post. We are picking up that breaking news. For the moment, we need to take a short break here. We'll be back with that breaking update on the other side.